Great to meet you. As I was just saying to you a moment ago, it's so amazing that you've ridden almost 10,000 kilometers in 1 year. So impressive. It's more than I've ridden in my car. It's more than probably 98, 99% of riders, X-ray riders, have ever ridden on their Exway Atlas. So it's really impressive. I wanted to ask you, what was your first electric skateboard and what made you move on to the Atlas? Or if the Atlas was your first electric skateboard, why did you choose the Exway Atlas?
Yes, this is my first electric skateboard,
Yes.
and I did quite in-depth research, and I I I watched a lot of reviews, a lot of, uh, videos, and to be honest, your videos play a huge role in my decision to choose X-Ray Atlas. It's a great board overall. I didn't have major issues except tires.
Tires.
Yes, the X-Ray original tires are just not good. Uh, they get really hot on a high speed, and then they inflate the inner tubes. But after a few thousand kilometers, I switched to another 200 millimeter tires, and now everything is perfect with the board.
That's amazing. So which tires do you use now? Do you use them from a shop in Bulgaria or use them still X-ray ones?
Uh, I, I find a local shop here, CST tires.
Yeah.
Uh, they are really amazing because they're even, not making any wobbles, and just strong tires. I like them a lot.
No, brilliant. So your Exway Atlas, it's the Exway Atlas original, not the Pro, and it's the two-wheel drive, right?
Yes, it's a two-wheel drive.
Probably many people will be wondering how many belts did you snap and how many belts have you gone through?
I've snapped none of my belts.
None, really?
Yes, yes. It's still the first set.
Wow.
They sent me a spare, and I have another one because I bought two in one uh, with a 90 millimeter
90
tire.
millimeter straight wheels, yeah.
Yes, but I don't like to use them because here the roads are not so even, and it's really easy to fall with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first belts are still running.
That's crazy to think about. Some people have really bad luck, and even after 1 week of riding, they snap their belts already because they get like a pebble or something in them. But no, that's really impressive. The belts are the original belts. The main thing you go through, I guess, is tires. How about the tubes? Do you get many punctures?
With the new tires, no, but
Okay.
with the original tires, uh, I may show you what happened with
Yeah,
them.
sure.
Just a second. Here is the 160 millimeter tires, and after they get so hot in high speed, I
Yeah,
this is
they
what
start getting
happened,
wear and tear. Yeah.
and this inflates the inner tubes. As soon as I put a new inner tube, it takes only a day or two, and it gets cracked again.
Mm.
Uh, my only recommendation, if X-Way can fix this or can make more quality tires, the board will be really awesome. Everything else is just perfect.
Yeah, that was my next question actually. So you've ridden the Exway Atlas more than most people. Um, what are the things that you want to see Exway improve? It's only the tires, or is there anything else? Anything else that you think that this can be something Exway can do better next time?
I don't know if the Atlas Pro has a bigger and stronger motors, but in four-wheel drive, not Pro, they are just tiny, and I've actually managed to break both within 2,000 kilometers, but they were replaced under warranty by Exo Atlas, and they had always. I'm very grateful for their customer support.
The Exway Atlas Pro, yeah, that was the one of the main things that they improved. They have bigger and better motors. I have the Exway Atlas Pro now. I've got it with the belt drive, also with the gear drive. But yeah, well, I had the same board as you. I had it in four-wheel drive, the Exway Atlas, a couple of years ago. That was one of my biggest criticisms. The motors were not strong enough, especially for big riders like me and you. Especially if you
Yeah.
go up inclines and things, sometimes you need extra power, and or you need to go to the highest speed modes, and then you use up too much battery. You use too much of your range. So yeah, so bigger motors, which I think X-Way kind of addressed with the X-Way Atlas Pro, and better tires. I think the tires are pretty much the same, unless you go to the X-Way Atlas Pro 7-inch tires, the off-road wheels. But those ones I wouldn't really recommend for street riding because the tread on them will run out really quickly because it's very thick tread. Anything else you think X-Way can do better? Can improve?
No, everything else is just perfect, including the customer support.
That's great. Yeah, so I was going to ask you on customer support. So, within 2,000 kilometers, you broke both motors, and X-Way helped you with that. I'm guessing that was within the warranty period.
Yes, yes. That was the second month.
Second month.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to be within quite soon because you rode 10,000 almost kilometers in the whole year, so it must be quite early. Um, so yeah, so you had a good customer service experience with X-Way. That's good.
One of the reason for motors to break was the tires because they are not even and they made some vibrations and maybe that helped it for the motors to crack because with the new tires and new motors I've managed to run 8,000 with no issues further.
That's amazing. Yeah, and don't you find that with the new tires, they become quite slick. They lose their tread, if you understand. So if you ride for many thousands of kilometers, they lose the grip on the tires. So you have to replace it because of that, right? Even the new ones.
No, I, I've done with the Expo original tires, and the new one just swapped it today for a new set because yeah, they were quite peeled and starts to to make me feel dangerous to
Yeah.
to yeah.
You lose the tread and you lose the grip. Yes, I wanted to ask as well, have you noticed any difference in the battery capacity and the range that you get now, almost 10,000 kilometers versus when you first bought the board? Has it reduced or it's the same sort of thing?
Actually, I cannot feel any reduce.
Wow.
The battery is really great. Uh, I have a few routes here for the town, and I always see how much lift the battery when I came
Do
home.
the same route. Yeah.
Yes, and it of course depends of how fast I ride, um, but it's just the same. I didn't feel any reduce in the battery capacity.
That's
Uh,
amazing. Yeah.
with that bigger tires, of course, I have less torque, less acceleration, but high top speed. I've managed to reach 60 kilometers per hour
Wow.
with
Really fast.
with the Atlas 8-inch tires.
8-inch. Yeah. Same with me at the moment with my Exway Atlas Pro because I'm running the gear drive. So Exway shipped those with 8-inch. They're really, really good because with the gear drive, it's very torquey, but also you get the top speed. Normally, like you say, when you go for bigger tires, you lose some of the punch, some of the acceleration in the beginning, and then you get the higher top speed. But that's really interesting. So, did you notice um, a big reduction in range from the 6-inch tires, the original, to the 8-inch?
Actually, no. It accelerates slowly, and actually, it's almost the same. I I didn't swap the pulleys. I used the original gear ratio, but it's almost the same.
No, that's brilliant. What are the other kind of things that you change? So do you change the bearings as well? The bearings for the wheel pulley or even for the wheels, or you ring the stock same bearings?
No, everything is the same. I haven't changed anything else. All the on the board.
Wow, that's really impressive.
So,
And you were saying to me earlier, just before we started recording, you said that the weather in Bulgaria is really good. You get a lot of dry days. So do you ride in the wet as well? If it's wet, then will you still ride?
no, no, no. I avoid this.
Yeah.
This is not good for the board and for me also. And we have plenty of sunny days, about 300 per year. And I just wait for the weather to become clear and sunny.
You're smart. That's how your board lasted so long because you don't ride it in the wet. So what's the main use of your board? Do you use it for fun or do you use it to go to work? I think you probably use it to go to work and back home, right?
No, I actually work from home. I'm
You
a
work from home.
freelancer.
Okay.
Yes, and I use mostly for fun. But when I have some work, I also put my backpack and go with the board.
That's awesome. So you must ride like 20, I don't know, 24, 25 kilometers every day, roughly?
Yes, roughly 26 kilometers per day. But sometimes I hit 60 kilometers per day. When it's raining, I didn't ride.
So what about charging the board? Do you always charge it at the same time, or do you have some kind of system to charge the board automatically, or?
Yeah, I have a timer that starts the board charging every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I go riding about 8 a.m. About 9 a.m. Then it depends. Uh, I always try to leave the board at 30 to 40% left in the battery. If I plan to ride, of course, I I, I start charging again uh, until 100% and leave it f- uh, again about 30 to 40% overnight,
Yeah,
and it automatically starts charging the next morning at 6 o'clock again.
that's a really clever system, and it obviously works very well. No, that's really good. And the thing with the Exway Atlas is it's got the smart battery, of course. So even if one day the timer charges your board because you've got it on the timer, it charges up to 100%, and then it starts raining. You don't need to drain the battery because it will automatically reduce down to about 60% to keep it at a safe level, right?
I did not know that. I did not know
Yeah,
this.
it's a smart battery, so it does that. It's quite good. But yeah, so I'm honestly so impressed that you've ridden that many kilometers. It's crazy to think about. I used to ride every day to university when I used to go to university, and it was only like 3 4 miles commuting every day. But it was so fun. It was the best thing, and I thought that was a lot. Sometimes I'd get home and be tired from e-skating so much. So I'm really impressed that you can do that. Just even not even for commuting to work because you work from home, just for fun. It's so amazing. What made you get into electric skateboarding? Did you see a video on YouTube or something or?
Yeah, in fact, I learned to skate 10 years ago with the offline skateboard,
Mm.
and it's so much fun for me. And how to say, uh, it's interesting for me every day. It's not something that I'm tired of doing.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best hobby when you don't get bored of it.
Yeah, exactly. That was the word.
No, brilliant. And I guess a final question for you. When will you replace the board? When will you go to the next board? Or will you just keep riding it until it breaks? Until 20,000
Yeah,
kilometers?
my plan is to ride it until I can,
No.
and I will try, of course, to keep it working as much as possible.
Yeah.
I and I hope uh, Exway will help me if I need motors or something. They will not stop producing them until
Yeah.
it breaks.
Yeah, definitely. I think from what I know from Exway, they always keep, even when they release new products, they always keep in their warehouses a batch of motors, wheels, whatever for the old products as well. I think they still have spare parts the Exway X1 series, the original boards, many years ago, just to help the riders. But I'm going to speak to Exway because I'm really impressed, honestly, that you put this much use into the board. So I'll speak to them and see if they can always help you out whenever you need them, even though the warranty is going to finish. But
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
No, that was all my questions. Honestly, I saw your post on Facebook and I was like, this is crazy, 10,000 kilometers in 1 year. I remember when before I came to Exway, I was riding with Evolve skateboards a lot, and I had Evolve GTR. I think I reached the top 4 or top 5 riders in the world for a short time, and I was riding like 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers in that year. And I thought that's so much. For me, it was crazy, but I was using the board to go everywhere. This was before I had a car. But to see 10,000 kilometers in 1 year, it's crazy, honestly. It's really impressive. And the fact that you're still using mostly the same parts apart from the tires, I think, yeah, it means X-Ray have done a good job, hopefully. I don't want to. I don't want to jinx the fun. Maybe I don't want to release this video and then the next day everything breaks. hopefully, hopefully everything will keep working fine.
Yeah, I also hope so.
So thank you so much again. I appreciate your time, and hopefully you can ride till 20, 30, 40,000 kilometers.
Thank you too. It was a nice conversation. It was a really pleasure for me.